Welcome to Platinum Nuggets. I am Eddie Chigozi. This is the Money Moment, God's point of view. Revelations chapter 18, verse 11. I am going to read from the King James Version. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buys their merchandise anymore. This is 2023, and the year is coming to an end. We are in September. You must have observed, like I have, that the speed at which businesses, small, medium, big, are collapsing or closing is really alarming, to the point that many people think that we are experiencing an economic crisis. So many people are concerned. Now, I have taken time to observe businesses over a long period of time, and I will say this: the most significant cause of this business collapse that we are witnessing is an infestation of dishonesty within the business sector. It's unfortunate. The dishonesty that we see, which many people call corruption, it is in alarming proportions within the business community. But interestingly now, that dishonesty and its effects is in the surface. There is a much deeper foundational issue. And this I will present as a question. How did the people who do business get so dishonest? And I will tell you this. We all know that if a house has got a foundation which is not properly put, no matter how beautiful the house is and how good looking it is just a matter of time before that house collapses because of the foundation that was wrong. The same thing we are seeing today is this dishonesty was embedded in the foundation of businesses. Are you a business owner? Are you concerned and worried that your business will be the next to close its doors? Are you afraid to start a business because of the rate at which you see other businesses failing and closing? Well, in today's Money Moment, we're going to talk about how you can build and start a business that will not fail. A business that is even able to exist beyond its founder. A business that you can hand over to the next generation and even the next. And all the while, it gets better and better and better. Let's begin like this. We're talking about the foundation of a business. It is impossible to talk about the foundation of a business and not mention the most critical part, which is the reason why a business is started. So, the true foundation of a business, the reason that is recommended by God to start a business, is to start a business as a service, to serve other people. What I mean here is, when I provide my clients with what they need, as a business owner, I am doing a good service for them. That is the reason why I started my business. Doesn't money now play a role? Isn't it important? Oh yes, money is very critical and important to a business. But let's understand its role. Okay? Money is meant to be appreciation, the tangible way in which a person appreciates a good service that has been given or rendered to them. Money should never be the reason to start a business. If you want to doubt that, take a look around you. This is what we are looking at. most of the businesses that are struggling today, most of the businesses that are closing and those that have closed were started for the sole purpose of making money. Please pay attention to what I'm saying. Okay? So that in itself is the true foundation, is the best way to start a business that will exist for a long time and will get better and better. A business that will not fail or collapse. It is important to understand, and you've heard this probably before, money is a good servant but a poor master. I told you in the beginning that the visible reason is dishonesty. So how does this connect with the reason you started a business? Here is the connection. If I start my business to serve people, they become the focus. I therefore perceive money that I get from my clients as appreciation for a service well done. That also will protect me. When the business challenges arise, and they usually do, there's no business that doesn't experience challenges. But when the challenges come, because my focus, the reason for starting the business was to serve people, that very reason is what protects me from falling into the temptation of dishonesty. There are many ways in which we are dishonest in business, and I'm not going to explain them in this particular money moment. But it suffices to understand that this is the reason, and this is the connection. This is how people who start businesses to make money fall into temptation, because the needs of the clients are secondary in that business. I'm going to share with you a secret of serving people better. The Bible explains that if anyone is to be the head of others, he must be a servant. So when you serve people, you acquire the ability to lead them. Now, here is the interesting thing about life. You can never be a successful leader if you've never learned to be led. And none of us was born knowing how to be led. We just learn it. And that is the secret to actually starting a business to serve people. If you've never learned to be led, it will be very difficult for you to start a business to serve others. Therefore, becomes difficult or impossible for you to start a business that will last long, that will stand the test of time, that will grow every day, and that you can pass on to the next generation. Now that you know why businesses are collapsing and how to start and build a business that will not collapse, a business that you can pass on to the next generation, what are you going to do? I have a suggestion here. If you've never started a business but want to start one, I would strongly encourage you to seek God to find out what He wants you to do as a business. When you find that, the next thing I'm going to request you to do is to look for a person who is doing a business like that, and then offer yourself, avail yourself to serve them, to help them in whatever they need to be done. I am not talking about employment, asking for a job. No. The Bible says that a worker is worthy of his wages. But this is not what we are talking about. We are talking about the opportunity for you to learn to be led. As you learn to be led, the Bible also says that if you are faithful in that which belongs to someone else, you will also be given your own. So by the time you start your own business, if you have learned to be led, you've learned to be trusted with what belongs to someone else, you now know what it takes to build a business with a sure foundation, a foundation that is built God's way. I want you to imagine for a moment starting a business and building a business which is growing successfully. A business that you are sure you are going to hand over to your children and that your children will hand over to their grandchildren. What does it feel owning a business like that? Now, that is how it feels when God is building a business through you. When you avail yourself to build a business God's way, it feels like that. As you think about what you have learned today, I would like you to meditate on the following scriptures. Revelations chapter 18, verse 15. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10. Luke chapter 19, verse 17. Luke chapter 16, from verse 11 to verse 12. And Matthew chapter 20, verse 28. Thank you so much for being a great listener. If you would like more insights on how to do business successfully or how to improve the way you manage your finances, please get in touch with us on WhatsApp. The number is +256 702 809 040. See you next time on The Money Moment, God's Point of View. Goodbye and have a wonderful day. Yes, and God bless you.